Oh, good to see you on. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to our weekly industry update. I am actually, even though my background doesn't look like it, I am actually in the office. I'll only be here for the morning to the early afternoon because I do have physical therapy. So I'll be going in, but I am happy to be back here in the office and I'll be here during the week as well. Let's see what we got in the chat. Welcome back. Thank you, Santiago. Appreciate it. I hope all of you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are off to a great start this week because yesterday started our week. So I hope you guys are off to a great start this week. Let's hop into this industry update and get right on into it. Because we are at the end of August, you guys. This freaking year has just flown by. It is crazy business. But it is, it is what it is. This is where we're at. So if your business is not where you want it to be, you got to look at what activities you've been doing to get you to where you are and what you're going to do differently. Because you do have four more months, right? Actually, sorry, I cannot believe this. September, October, November, December, four. Um, got 4 more months to make it happen, right? So I suggest you really, really take a good look at it and see what you need to do, what you're going to do differently, so that these next 4 months can really, really make an impact for you. Okay. So let's hop into this weekly industry update. You guys know to be TCPA compliant, whatever your strategy is for these next 4 months, be TCPA compliant. And let's hop into the Los Angeles County sales trend. So, for sale properties are up 1.6% month over month as compared to last month. And then we are up 1.3% as compared to last year. And that is for sale properties inventory, right? Like comparing last year's inventory levels to this year's inventory levels, we're up 1.3%. Sold is down 12.6% as compared to last month. And we are down 1.4% as compared to last year. So we are trailing last year's sales, right, to the tune of 1.4%. I was literally just talking about this with a colleague of mine from another brokerage, Marvin, on Saturday. Me and Marvin have known each other for, geez, almost my entire career. So probably 15 years. And he's just very knowledgeable. And he was talking about how his business was down, but how he has just switched his mindset and switched a few of his activities, and it really brought him back up. But he was trailing, and he was falling into the mindset of, oh, business is down, business is down. And so then, of course, if you fall into that mindset, what's going to happen? Business is going to be down, right? This number is true. It's a fact. It's not something that is arguable. However, for some people, business is up right now for them. So you got to decide, how you're going to approach this market, knowing that business is a little bit down in Los Angeles County, to the tune of 1.4% slower than it was last year. Okay. Pendants are down 1% as compared to last month and down 0.8% as compared to last year. So these aren't staggering numbers. These aren't like, oh my God, but the thing about it that's causing all of the talk and everything is that this number of 1.4% down is on top of us being down last year. And I'll have to look at how what the number was that we ended up last year, how much down. I think we were 4% down last year as compared to the previous year, right? And so now over the past 2 years now, like we're 5.5% down as compared to 2024, right? So that's where it's like compounding on one another. Okay. And that's caused for us to make an adjustment. Bottom line, it costs for us to make an adjustment. New listings are down 17% as compared to last month and down 4.4% as compared to last year. What is this? Okay, no, we don't want that. All right. Average active price is down 2.8% as compared to last month. and 1.3% as compared to last year. So on average in LA County, sellers are asking 1.3% less than they did last year, and they're receiving, excuse me, 1.1% less than they did last year. Okay. So they're asking less and they're receiving a little bit more than what they're asking for, right? 1.1 versus 1.3. But we are down, to the tune of 1.1%. Now, that is not a lot, right? So you got to imagine in some cities we're up, in some cities we're flat, and in some cities, we're down even more than 1.1%. So that causes you to have to be, in any case, it does that, not even just this number, but it causes you to have to be hyper local because you've got to know exactly where your clients lie in that number, right? So you've got to make sure that you know for that neighborhood, is it up as compared to last year? Is it down? How are you going to counsel or help your client to make their offer or to price their property, right? You got to be able to do that based on their neighborhood numbers. Months of inventory is up 16.5%. So last month we were at 3.6%. Currently we're at 4.2%. And then as compared to last year, we're up 2.6%. So last year we were at 3.8 months of inventory, currently 3.9 months of inventory. So we've been saying this for almost the entire year that we're like knocking on the door of a normal market, right? Excuse me. We're knocking on the door of a normal market in LA County, not quite there yet. And in some cases we are, and in some cases we are still in a seller's market, right? So these numbers are very global. This is like the macro level. And you want to take it to the micro level if you're really dealing with a specific client. Okay. But this is good knowledge for you to have so that you can talk market. You can talk real estate to anybody, you guys. Having this information should empower you because now you could talk the market to anybody. I feel so good when people are like, hey, Brandy, how's the market doing? And I'm like, well, where are we talking about? Right? Are we talking LA County? Are we talking, what are we talking about? Because it's different in different counties. They're like, really? I'm like, yeah, like I do a weekly market update. For you guys, it's like I participate in a weekly market update every single week. And we talk about the four major counties and people sit and listen. Um, um, they like engaging in this conversation. They like real estate, right? So use it. All right. Average days on market has gone up 2.6%. So last month we're at 38 days on market, currently 39 days on market, not huge. 8.1% increase as compared to last year. Last year we're at 37 days on market, currently 40 days on market. Sold versus original list price, no change as compared to last month. We're sitting at 96% of list price, and no change as of last year. We're sitting at 97% of list price. So sellers are getting in the upper 90s, right? They're happy. They're getting 97% of their list price. Of course, sellers want 100%, right? Of course, sellers want 100%, but a lot of sellers price a little bit higher so that they have a little bit of a cushion, okay? Not to say that we want to use that cushion. We want to advise them to price their property right, and then we want to get them 100%, 101%. And yet, if they get 97%, most sellers are actually happy with 97% of their list price, okay? All right, let's go to Orange County. Orange County for sale properties is up 1.5% as compared to last month and up 2.7%, just like LA County. So for sale properties are up as compared to last month. And we actually saw that last week where for sale properties was up, right? And it's been down. It actually had been down the beginning of the year up until like, I guess, June. For sale properties have been down. So the fact that it's up now, that's definitely that shows a sign that properties are staying on the market a little bit longer. Properties are coming on the market more frequency than last year. Okay. So we're getting a little bit more inventory coming on the market and staying on the market than we did last year. Sold properties are down 14.4% as compared to last month. We'll have to see where we end up. and down 1.1% as compared to last year. Okay. So we are still lagging in Orange County. We are lagging last year's market to the tune of 1.1%. Pendants are down 2.1% as compared to last month and down 0.9% as compared to last year. New listing inventory is down 27.1% as compared to last month and down 4% as compared to last year. So not as much new listing inventory has come on the market in Orange County as compared to last year. And we know for a fact that there's been some real reasons why, right? We aren't seeing as much new listing inventory. We've had, according to even Pavin, we have a closer source saying that building costs have really gone up, right? And so that's really messing with the builder's ability to build, right? To develop because their costs have gone up. Okay. Buyer demand has gone down as a result of interest rates being higher. At least in their minds, interest rates are higher, right? And so buyer demand has gone down. So they're like, I'm not going to be building all these houses just to sit, right? All right. Average active price has gone down 1.9% as compared to last month and down 5.8% as compared to last year. So in Orange County, sellers are asking 5.8% less than they did last year. But look at that. They're receiving 3.8% more than they did last year. So sellers appreciation in Orange County is sitting at 3.8% on average, right? And that's a good number. That's within our kind of our range of our averages, right? We average between 3 to 5% on average. And when I say on average, I'm not talking about like 3 years. I'm talking about a decade, right? When you look at a decade worth of data, it looks our average appreciation is like between 4 to 7%. Okay, that's actually the number, 4 to 7%. Typically, it's like 4%. Okay. That's the average appreciation. So we're close to that in Orange County. Absorption rate is up 19.2% as compared to last month. So last month we were sitting at 2.6 months of inventory, currently 3.1 months of inventory. And then overall, a 3.6% increase. Last year, we were sitting at 2.8 months of inventory, currently 2.9 months of inventory. So in Orange County, we are in a seller's market, right? Most areas in Orange County are sitting in a seller's market. Okay. Any 2.9 months of inventory, we're not even knocking on the door of a normal market in Orange County. We are in a seller's market, right? So you still expect competition in Orange County. You still expect properties to go off the market fairly quickly, especially if they're in a desirable area. They're going to go fast, right? And if they're priced right. Average days on market has gone down 2.9%. We were at 35 days on market last month. We're at 34 days on market currently, and an increase of 12.9% as compared to last year. Excuse me. Last year, we're at 31 days on market, currently 35 days on market. All righty. No change. Sold versus original list price. No change from last month. We're sitting at 96% of list price. And a 1% decrease as compared to last year. Last year, we're at 97%. Currently, sellers are receiving 96% of their list price. All right. So, Riverside County, getting to the IE. Let's get on out there. Let's go. For sale properties is down 1.5% as compared to last month, and a 4.3% decrease as compared to last year. Okay. So for sale properties, unlike LA County and Orange County, has gone down in Riverside County, right? Not as much inventory on the market as it was last year. Okay, that's what that's telling us. Sold properties has gone down 13.6% over last month and down 2.6% as compared to last year. So again, keeping with the trend, LA County and Orange County, Riverside County is down. Closings are down to the tune of 2.6%. Okay. Pendants are up 9.5% as compared to last month, and no change as compared to last year. It's flat. Same amount of pendants are on the market. Okay. And then we have new listings are down 20.9% as compared to last month in Riverside County, and down 7% as compared to last year. So definitely seeing an new inventory squeeze, right? Across the board. All of the counties so far are have a deficit in terms of new listings. Okay. Average active price has gone down 2% as compared to last month, and down 1.1% as compared to last year. Not a big change, but still down in terms of what sellers are asking for on average. Okay. However, they're receiving 0.4% higher than they did last year. So they are still in the green in that they are getting more for their properties than they were last year. Okay. To the tune of 0.4%. So it probably doesn't show up in terms of it's just a few dollars, right? It's just a few dollars, but I bet sellers want those few dollars. I know I would, right? You still want them. You want it to be moving in that direction versus going down, right? All right. All right. Months of inventory has gone up 14.2% as compared to last month. So last month we were sitting at 3.5 months of inventory. Currently in Riverside County, we're at 4 months of inventory. Okay. And no change as compared to last year. So last year we were at 3.4 months of inventory. Currently we're at 3.4 months of inventory when you aggregate all the months together. Okay. So very interesting. We are still in a seller's market in Riverside County, but you have got to be hyper local because in your area, you might be sitting at this 4 months of inventory, right? So you got to look at what the numbers say in terms of your specific area. Average days on market is 19.6% higher than it was last month. So last month we're at 46 days on market, currently 55 days on market, kind of a bigger jump, right? And then a 3.9% increase overall. So last year we were at 51 days on market, currently 53 days on market. So properties are staying on the market just a little bit longer. Okay. Sold versus original list price, a 1% decrease. We were at 97% of list price last month. We're at 96% of list price currently, and no change over last year. We're at 96% of list price across the board. So, you guys, we just talked about it, right? We're in August. We've got August, September, and then what happens? You guys tell me. What happens after that?
Holiday time comes, so it should ideally slow down.
Holiday time comes and it's going to more than likely slow down. Okay. It's going to slow down because people are going to get into holiday mode where they're shopping and they're going on vacations and they're visiting folks and people are visiting them and they don't want to have their homes on the market or they don't want to be out looking at properties. So get your buyers out now. Right? Encourage your buyers to get out now. Now, we got a whole script during the holiday season of, going ahead and getting your house sold during the holiday season. And we got a whole dialogue for buyers who actually want to buy, telling them not to take a break because now is the best time because you have serious sellers on the market. So don't worry about it. We've got you covered in terms of how to talk to buyers and sellers during those seasons, right? However, encourage them to do it now because it is about to slow down. Typically it does. Okay. Now we're going to see what happens, but typically it does slow down. All right. Let's go to San Bernardino County and see what's up. For sale properties is up 1.7% as compared to last month. And down 6.3% as compared to last year. So again, for sale properties in Riverside and San Bernardino County are down as compared to last year. Sold properties are down 10.6% as compared to last month and 1.7% as compared to last year. So across the board in all counties, we are slower than last year's market. Now, I think Riverside County is the slowest. However, Orange County, LA County, it's like below 2%, right? It's 2% and below, or not even like what I think San Bernardino County is probably the highest at 1.7% slower than last year's market. So we're not experiencing a big slowdown, but like we talked about, because it's compiling on how slow we were last year, and it's a compilation. And so because of that, that's why, when you talk to Lawrence Yun, the National Association of Realtors, chief economist, realtors are feeling that slowdown in our income and in our pipeline, right? Because last year it was slower and now it's even more slower. Okay, I hope that made sense. Um, Pendants are down 4% as compared to last month and down 1.4% as compared to last year. Okay. New listings are down 18.6% as compared to last month, and down 8.2% as compared to last year. So San Bernardino County, just like Riverside County, is experiencing a definite slowdown when it comes to new listing inventory. And theirs is even greater than all the rest, 8.2%. Okay. Average active price is up 0.5% as compared to last month and up 1.4% as compared to last year. So in San Bernardino County, those sellers are a little spry. They said we want to get on average, they're asking for 1.4% more than they did last year. However, as you can see, they are receiving 0.5% less than they did last year. Okay, not a lot, but they are receiving just a tad bit less than they did last year. Months of inventory has gone up 14.9%. So last month we were at 4 months of inventory, currently 4.6 months of inventory, and it's gone down 4.5%. Last year we were at 4.5 months of inventory, and currently we're at 4.3 months of inventory. So guys, we are in a normal market in San Bernardino County. Okay. So you don't see a bunch of multiple offers in San Bernardino County. Properties are staying on the market a little bit longer in San Bernardino County. So you really have to educate your sellers on what is going on in the market. And you have to understand your area, because I promise you, in some areas, those properties are still flying off the market if they're in a desirable area. Okay, so you got to be careful about making blanket statements. When you make a blanket statement, have your disclaimer that, you know what, if you'd like me to give you specific information about your property, I can do that, because although the county is, on average at 4.3 months of inventory, and X amount of days on market, the reality is your home might be in one of those pockets that actually is performing even better than the county, or worse. I won't know until I actually evaluate your property and do your equity analysis, right? Okay. Holla, let's see. Average days on market has gone up 11.9%. So we were at 42 days on market last month. We're at 47 days on market currently. And year over year comparison, a 6.4% increase. We were at 47 days on market last year. We're at 50 days on market currently. So versus original list price has gone down to 92% as compared to last month, where we had 98% of list price. So it's a big jump, right? So somebody must have made a big adjustment to come down to that 92%. However, the overall is still 97% of list price last year and this year. Okay. All right. That's it for our year over year, month over month sales trends. We do have a few upcoming events this week, guys. So we've got Breakthrough 120. You guys come in. Make your calls together. It's better together, right? Making your calls with everybody in here. It's better for us to do that together. We have group coaching today with Diana Carvajal at 12 o'clock. Let me see. Yep, group coaching. We do have our team meeting. Oh, I put everything in except, okay, there we are. We have our team meeting on Tuesday. Franco will be facilitating that for me. I can't stand for a long period of time right now. My hip is still hurts. So he's gonna facilitate that for me. I probably will be on Zoom. So that I'm trying to avoid the big long traffic. So giving myself this week to kind of ease back into things, and then next week be back to my normal schedule. And so let's see. Then we have coaching. Remember, we have coaching. We have conversations in real play with Diana tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. She is doing our tech workshops this week because we have Martha is out on her birthday tour. So she is out. So she'll be doing our tech workshop from 12 to 1 o'clock. Okay. And then she started a 5-part contract writing class. Part 1 is the BRBC. She is going to be talking about how to explain and write the contract. So if you have never written up a BRBC, which is your buyer representation agreement, your buyer broker representation agreement, you need to be there. Okay. It is in office. You need to be there Wednesday, August 26th at 3 o'clock. Okay. Right after the tech training, she's going into the BRBC class. Okay. So if you have not written a BRBC, or if you have and you're like, oh, I don't really know, I always need help, come to the class. Okay. We have broker hour with Ed on Wednesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. on Zoom. Okay. And let's see. Ed is going to be talking about vacant land sales on Wednesday. And then he's going to be, I guess he won't be doing it on Thursday. Why? Because we have our annual bonfire, you guys. Are any of you guys signed up to go to the bonfire?
Yes.
Good. The bonfire is fun. I'm still thinking about my little cripple self going. I love it. It is so much fun. We have such a good time, you guys. You get to network with other agents from our Eagle Rock office, from our Santa Monica office, and especially from our Huntington Beach office, because they're our hosts. But it's a lot of fun. So make sure that you come. Sign up, because we do have a list. You can bring something. You could bring chips, sodas. You guys, you don't have to bring something big, but you should come. It's a really good time. We bring the party. So it's really not a party until Downey shows up. So y'all make sure you come. All right. All right. And then on Friday, we have Dana has marketing on a budget. And so he is going to be talking about how to market yourself on a budget. That's August 28th at 2 p.m. It's on Zoom only, guys. On Zoom only, okay? But if you want to come in, we'll put it up on the screen. But he's going to be talking about marketing on a budget. He's our marketing, KW marketing concierge. And then we have the 5K run on September 12th. If anybody wants to participate in that, we are trying to get a team together. Nayeli is the one who is coordinating this. I think Monica is helping her, or our front desk is helping. This is the QR code scan to register, so you can reserve your spot. Okay. All right. And then ladies, this is our Pilates class. For women only. There's only 10 spots. Okay. So September 20. Honestly, I'm not supposed to do Pilates. It was so funny. My doctor was like, you can exercise after 6 weeks. You can exercise, but you can't do Pilates. I guess it's something about Pilates that could throw this hip out or these hips out. I don't know. But he was like, give it more time before you start doing them Pilates. I guess Pilates is serious business. But just so you guys know, this particular class is going to be a beginner level class. So if you have never done Pilates, but you want to come hang out, you want to get a little workout in, you want to get some stretching in, you want to get some relaxation in, this is where you come to do it. She's not going to be trying to kill us. Okay. All right. Santiago said football watch party for the men. Yes, Santiago, that's good. We should actually do that. That's a great idea. You want to bring your water bottle, your mat, right? Your towel, so you could pat yourself, and comfortable clothing. All right. All right. And good energy. I like that. Good energy. All right. Make sure that you register for Ignite if you guys are a new agent and you want to have some training in the evening. If you're dual career, this is a great class for you to take. Ignite at night at 6:30. Here's the QR code. Sign up for the Airbnb so that you become an Airbnb referral agent. And then, of course, I got a lot of stuff going on. Okay. And then, of course, you want to listen to your MREA podcast. So right now, this one is Make AI Work for Your Real Estate Business. He says, like, a lot of us are doing this all wrong. And I'm going to listen to this one. I spent yesterday and Saturday afternoon listening to about 6 hours on AI. And it was pretty good. I mean, it was actually very good because it taught me how to do it a little bit of a different way. And I really want to teach it to you guys because I do, like she said, I do feel like we're doing it a little bit wrong in how we're programming it. And I guess this particular instructor, what time is it? 10:33. Okay. I think we got time. This particular instructor was talking about the fact that I won't do it. Okay, there we go. That does anybody here use AI? Just before I go on this rant, because I don't, if it's gonna be a waste of your time.
I do.
Okay, all right. So and Diana just put her thumbs up. Okay, and Edgar, good. So here's the deal. What they're talking about, what she was saying was Chat GPT shut one of her accounts down. Why? Because she didn't even know. She was like, I don't even know. To this day, she doesn't even know. This happened to her months ago. Just shut it down. It said that she had used it in a way that violated their rules and regulations, similar to if you ever got shut down by Facebook or whatever, right? You violated their rules. And she was like, I don't even know what I did, right? Well, that was devastating for her because she had built all these little AI agents. She had built all of this data in, she had built her profile in there. She had built up all of this stuff that she taught it so that it would do things that she needed it to do. It was all gone. And so basically she was like, never again. I will never be hostage to AI. I will own my intellectual property from here on out. And so she is teaching how to do that. So if any of you guys are interested in this, let me know. I spent considerable amount of time this weekend learning her method. So I have the foundational methodology. And actually I built up my beginning of what they call the AI brain on my own desktop. And that's what she's talking about. It's like, you own it, put it on your desktop and you point, and she uses Claude. She uses ChatGPT to build it, but then she uses Claude when she executes things. So she points Claude to the folder that tells it everything about her. It's mind blowing. It's mind blowing. I'm excited about it because I actually like AI. And I'm excited about using it. Last night I had it create a listing system for me. And it's called the Edge listing system. And it did it I talked to it. It asked me questions to refine it. It was so intelligent. It was such a good, just the experience was good. And the product, you guys, the product is something that would have taken me weeks to create. And I created it within, I don't know, 30 minutes. So what you can create is amazing. All right. So get on the bandwagon. Get on the bandwagon. And I'm going to listen to this today. I said in my mornings I'm going to listen to certain things in my morning. And when I leave, because I have an hour drive, I'm going to listen to my MREA. So today I'm going to listen to this podcast of Make AI Work for Your Real Estate Business. The other thing that I want to listen to, because I haven't, is Stop Buying Leads, Get More Listings from Your Database. A lot of us run our businesses by database. I know Diana does. So this is a good podcast to listen to. 40% more appointments, guys. I need to listen to this one first. So listen to this. This is good information from agents who are killing it. They are millionaire real estate agents. Okay. All right. And then the One Thing podcast. Remember, this is the podcast that is talking about work-life balance. It is talking about how to make you as a person better so that you can show up better in your business. So convenience is making you dumber. So what he's talking about is stop avoiding the hard stuff. Maybe we are avoiding too much of the hard stuff. Okay. And it's making us dumber. I thought that was very interesting. And then, can you build a burnout proof business? The answer is yes, you can. Okay. All right. So there's other podcasts to listen to. These are a couple of them. So if you're looking for content, good content, we got good content, guys. We got good content, plenty of it. Industry news, higher mortgage rates expected for the remainder of the year. So just wanted to share that with you guys that we are expecting higher interest rates for the remainder of the year. The 30-year fixed rate mortgage, it actually did come down. But it came down last week, but it remains higher than last year. You know how we do our year-over-year projections, right? So year-over-year, it remains higher than last year's level. Okay. We have seen some bond volatility. We are just it is not looking good for interest rates to go down the way that it was originally projected. So there are now projecting that we're going to be sitting at 6.8% by year end. Again, you guys, that is a reason to tell your buyers to get off the fence and come on and buy now when interest rates are like, you could get it at 6.5. And if you're FHA right now, you can still be at like 5.75. Okay. So if you're FHA, you're still in the upper fives versus being, this is a 30-year fixed rate mortgage conventional. Okay. All right. Any questions? We good?
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Okay, Norma.
Hi.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. You guys have an amazing day. I hope to see you here in the office. All right.
Thank you. I will be there tomorrow.
Good. We got the team meeting tomorrow. Make sure you guys are here. All right. And then we've got Diana today with our group coaching. We got a lot of good stuff going on, guys. So make sure that you are tapping in. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.